Originally, the concept behind this band was they thought we'll just throw these three guys together and put them in a studio and see what happens. And nobody knew that we were going to get together and start writing songs, and the chemistry would be so powerful that we would form a band. The blues is the common thread between the three of us, but we all have diverse, backgrounds, musical backgrounds. So you hear all these different influences, but this was originally going to be a straight up blues band. And so it's kind of a nod to that original idea. It's like we had to have a couple of just blues songs on the record.
The force behind this band, to go back to how we originally started playing music, is whatever affected us 15 minutes ago, we would turn into a song and then run to the little single studio that's about the size of this and cut it. That's how the Beatles started.
The first tour was sort of like, getting yourself, getting wet, getting in the water. Nobody really knew for sure how it would work on stage. And from the very first gig, that we did, we knew it was special, and the chemistry was not only in the studio, but on live as well. And it could only grow. Now, I think we're really more of a band, having that first tour under our belts and the session and the studio, being in the studio and recording an album that I think is a lot more advanced than the first record as far as material and getting to know one another. And I know how badly everyone really wants to play.
I know a lot of people describe the band as living legends, or a super group, and I would say, to me, I don't look at myself as a living legend, but I could certainly look around the room of the people that are in my band and go, wow, these guys are living legends, Barry has this extremely comprehensive, storied history about his career. He played with Bob Dylan when Bob Dylan went electric at the Newport Jazz Festival, and Bob Dylan produced a couple of Barry solo records, and he played with Mike Bloomfield and was best friends with Mike Bloomfield, and was in a band called the Electric Flag with Buddy Miles and Mike Bloomfield, and he just played with everybody, especially in the blues realm, over the course of his life. And real musicians, like people, fans of music, know and appreciate Barry. He's a heavyweight. And then Steven, obviously, he's the only guy that was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice in one night, and his songwriting, the hits that he's written, and the bands that he's had, and the mark that he's left on music, American music, is tremendous, and everybody is aware of that. And then you look at, even Chris Layton on drums. Chris is a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He played with Stevie Ray Vaughan in Double Trouble. Kevin McCormick played with Jackson Browne and Crosby, Stills and Nash, and a whole host of other musicians, and has produced a lot of very successful albums as well. And so there is a tremendously talented group of musicians in this band. And people like to be able to label things, and so they want to call it a super group or a group of living legend musicians, on stage at the same time. And those are two labels I can certainly live with.